There's something that's been bothering me for a while now, and I've only recently been able to put into words exactly what it is or why I'm discontent about it. And that would be QuickTime events and their prevalence in gaming these days. Do you remember a long time ago, when QuickTime events first broke onto the scene, maybe you saw one for the first time in a game and you thought, wow, that's cool. I get to press a button in a certain timed frame in order to interact with the game? Amazing, this is cool, this is something that keeps me involved during a cutscene, or perhaps allows me to do something that my character can't reasonably within the gameplay do. And that's still... there are still good examples of that today. One of which would be in the God of War series, where after a particularly brutal combo, you are able to run up to the enemy and press Y to execute some kind of finishing move. That's fine. That doesn't really interrupt the flow of gameplay, it's fine, some people like it, some don't, but it's novel, it's a good use of the QuickTime event. Now, a poor usage of a QuickTime event is something we've seen all too often recently, and without spoiling the ending of any recent major releases, far too many games have literally become press X to win. When the ending of your game is dependent on something as trivial and which is really meant to be a treat for the player as a QuickTime event, you know you've done something wrong. If you can't craft some kind of conclusive final experience and your choice has to be, well, which one of these three do you prefer? Walk up to it and press A and the game will finish that way. That's not really good game design. I'm not a game designer or a game developer, but I am a player, and I know that it leaves me disappointed. And if the ending of your game leaves me and millions of others disappointed, it's not good game design, sorry guys. A more hilarious usage of the press blank to blank thing that I've seen recently would be the trailer that I watched recently with my friend Ross, by the way. Check out his YouTube channel right here. We were watching the trailer for BioShock Infinite, and there was a moment where the protagonist happens upon a poor horse that I think has broken its leg or something that has rendered it lame on the ground while everything crumbles around you. There's no time, you say, and the young girl that you're with says, no, come on, we have to put it out of its misery. And you walk over to the horse and you look down at it and it says, press A to euthanize horse. We laughed until our sides exploded and may have reached lunar orbit. It was just the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen, but that's far too common now, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of it. I mean, press B to interact is fine, but when press B to interact means automatically unlock this door, rather than throwing in a fun little minigame or something. I know people hate unlocking minigames, and that's a bad example, but you know what I'm talking about here. Keep the player involved. That was the original intention of QuickTime events. Oh, we've got a cutscene going on. Well, let's have them continue to pay attention. Asura's Wrath of this generation did that greatly. Check it out on 360 or PS3, whichever one you prefer or own. It's a great game, it's by Capcom, it's kind of like a bullet hell, on-rails, brawling shooter thing that goes through all different kinds of genres, but it's very cinematic, and it uses QuickTime events to do things that you could not possibly do in-game, and keep you engaged in the experience during those scenes, rather than just sitting back and going, wow, how pretty. You have to go, oh, holy shit, I better time this punch perfectly, or I won't be able to save the souls of thousands of... you know what, just go play it. It's amazing. I will add one other critical note just for any developers or anybody who might be listening to my words who might agree with me. Can we please get rid of those particular QuickTime events that are just mash X repeatedly? I mean, those are cool and everything until you keep stringing them back to back to back to back, and my thumb starts to fall off. It's like, yeah, I get it. No, I get it. I'm gonna be crushed if I don't... Oh, come on. Tap, 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 ah, finger cramp, and then you lost because your fingers weren't strong enough. I don't know what the challenge is in that, but get rid of those, please. So I guess my point is, as long as we're stuck with QuickTime events as an inevitable part of game design now that they've been invented, can we at least try to do them right? Can we at least try to pay homage to their original intent to keep the player engaged in the experience rather than removing the player from the experience? There is nothing cool or interactive about press X to win. I really want to see that die. Thumbs up if you agree, down if you don't. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and try to keep it civil as always until somebody insults your favorite thing.